First of all, just give us an overview of what the surging prices mean for your business when you're actually trying to bring some competitive prices to the market.
Thanks for having me, first of all. So as you pointed out, rising food price is a very big crisis for both consumers and players like Kurly. We always try to provide best quality at the best price. So what we have to do really is to get basics right, to go all the way down to the end of the supply chain, make sure that we deal directly with the farmers as we used to do, and then make sure that we take out any of the inefficiencies that we have in the middle. So that's why we need to heavily invest in technology platform to make sure that inventory management is done efficiently, last mile is run as smoothly as possible. So you have to get the basics right, and then rest of it, you just need to leave it open to the market, I guess.
So what is the market telling you right now in terms of demand as you continue to see rising prices, but of course the pandemic as well raging on?
Right. So I think at the end of the day, there's always a upside pressure on the price itself, and food, at the end of the day also is the necessities for many consumers. We actually see that consumer trend is shifting away from the raw ingredients to more of a ready-to-eat and ready-to-cook. And these ready-to-eat and ready-to-cook products are less impacted by the immediate food price increases. So we are trying to see how overall food price increase has impact on these secondary products, and to make sure that we get these areas right, so that consumers can enjoy food at a better price.
Sophie, what's your IPO timeline, and what would you do with those proceeds?
Right. So in terms of the IPO timeline, we are carefully monitoring the market situation. I mean, we, as a company, of course, we would like to tap the market at the most optimal time. So we want to make sure that, when we actually go to the market, market is there for us. In terms of the proceeds, we'll be continuing to invest heavily on our technology and then also the logistics platform, which is necessary to provide good services to grocery shoppers that come to Kurly every day.
Do you have plans to expand to both non-grocery products, and also what are your plans when it comes to expanding outside of the home market?
Right. So we actually have noticed that consumers prefer to do one-stop shopping for many of their needs from a trusted retailer. And we're actually one of the most trusted online grocery platform. So, our consumers have always asked for, can we actually buy health supplements, necessities, cosmetics, personal care items from Kurly? So we introduced these items over the last few years, and this business already accounts for over 20% of our total GMV. So we, continue to focus on making sure that we provide more options to consumers. In terms of the outside of home market, we actually see a lot more of a headroom in terms of the growth in the home grocery market. I mean, this is the largest retail segment in the third largest e-commerce market in the world, only after China and the US. So we see still a lot of the potential coming in from the home market alone. So as for now, we'd like to focus on making sure that we, beat our potential in our home market.
Sophie, when do you expect to be profitable, and what would you expect operating profit margin to look like?
Right. So in terms of the profitability on a unit economics basis in a lot of the mature markets that we are in today, for example, like core Seoul metropolitan areas, we are already profitable. So that means that we've already proven our business model, that can be sustainable. In the long run, as more of our markets become more of a mature stage in terms of having enough of a market share, enough of a consumer, we think that we can achieve high single-digit operating profitability.
And before we let you go, Sophie, of course, you're joining us on International Women's Day. We were speaking to a guest earlier from Human Rights Watch who was telling us about the challenges of gender equality in South Korea. Give us a sense of what female leadership, of female challenges look like in the startup scene in the country right now.
Right. So, as you pointed out, there's not much representation from the female side on the startup scene. Only less than 20% of the total founders are females, which is substantially lower than the total contribution that female does in the population. So that number needs to be higher. And for that number to need to be higher, you need a lot of support from society and especially families, because many female founders have difficulties in coping with life and work together. So, one way to, encourage many female founders to achieve their dreams and to go out to, achieve what they want is to make sure that we have enough of a support from both society and the family.